The big question, what will the impacts be from this? The First Alert Weather Team standing by with the latest. All right, thank you very much, Taylor Pollock. And again, that's one of the good things that actually came out of Snowmageddon 2014 is that we have better preparation and dealing with this situation. But when it comes down to ice, though, that's a totally different deal. That's the big concern. Right on timing with what you just said, we just now see a law enforcement officer with a vehicle disabled from the side there of the ramp going down I-65. I will say I-65 northbound is starting to get very busy coming into your county. Just want to mention real quickly, we just showed Shelby County, messaged the EMA director. We mentioned earlier that Helena police have said roads are impassable in parts of Helena. So he is echoing that, and he says they are currently working now to get an update on roadways. He's going to join us by FaceTime as soon as we can get him on in just a minute. Right now, we want to toss you to Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt again. Hey, this is live TV. We're wall to wall here. We got Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox. He's standing by. He's going to join us any minute. Hell, there's Janice Rogers. Wes Wyatt, WBRC.
Yeah, the technical, we're going to
Megan Thomas says hello. She hadn't seen you in a few years. All right, we're going to come to you in just a moment, though. Mayor, talk about your resources now ahead of winter weather events and maybe how that's changed over the last 10 years. And if you're just joining us from Shelby County earlier, we know that Helena roads, the police department there says that those roads are impassable in several areas, so don't get out in the Helena area. And Shelby County, their EMA director is going to join us in a moment now. They're also assessing the situation in other parts of Shelby County, so we'll get you an update on that in just a bit. Yeah, we're going to reset here. If you're just joining us this morning, it's we started out with some sleet before we came on the air. That was about 2:33 a.m. We started to see that here in Jefferson County. That turned into snow in several areas, and we're seeing that. I should mention, too, we might have mentioned this earlier. If we haven't, I'll get you up to date. But roads in Helena are closed, but also we understand Childersburg Fire and Rescue says that all roads in the city of Childersburg are closed until further notice. But look, we all went through 2014 Snowmageddon. If you didn't, that's the concern, is that where the temperatures are going to be for the rest of the morning and where those road temperatures are going to be. As you mentioned, I mean, it's been below freezing in most of our area. Kelvin has now made him a snowman. That's a First Alert new development, Janice. We're going to bring in EMA Director from Coleman County, Tim Sarton. He joined us now by Zoom. All right, now, Tim, I don't know if you're still on with us, but now we're looking at exactly what you were talking about.
And there's a lot of cars on the road.
And there's a stretch right there that is completely shut down, basically, for these people who were driving, one in a truck and some people in their vehicles.
Yeah.
37 counties under that state of emergency, so all those people who need assistance, that those resources now streamlined from the state to get to where it's needed the most. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into Good Day, Alabama. Still a First Alert weather day. Some dangerous cold temperatures, sub-freezing still, wind chill way down there. Mickey, I was saying earlier, though, if you got your groceries, if you forgot to take them out of your car, they're still okay. Actually, they may be a little frozen. Welcome back in. I'm sure many of you saw your social media pages just flooded with pictures and videos of snowfall at Gulf beaches. Now, one of those who shared his images for my pages is professional photographer David Graves, and he is in Gulf Shores. And take a look at some of the snow in Gulf Shores. Several inches fell, making the white sand beaches a winter wonderland. It is a sight to see. Joining us live now by FaceTime on the beaches of Gulf Shores, Alabama, is David Graves. I really appreciate you braving the elements this morning to join us. That is quite a sight.
You go. Stay warm.
It is not a beach day, that's for sure. All right, thank you, Desi. Right now, people in parts of South Alabama and across several southern states, they're waking up to what's being called a once-in-a-generation winter storm.
Yeah, it worked for months.
Can you imagine? She says she's tried to get management to fix it, hasn't had any luck, so she called WBRC for help. Russell Jones joins us live and on your side, looking into her story. Russell, describe what she's dealing with right now. The First Alert Weather app, we're still colder than Minneapolis, Minnesota right now.
It's crazy.
Woo! We won. All right, now to more video. We got into the historic snowfall across parts of the Deep South, and this is from New Orleans, snow covering the area right in front of the water there. New Orleans, as you know, it hardly ever sees snow. The most it ever got was back in 1963, about 2.5 inches. One man was seen trying to cross-country ski down Bourbon Street, by the way. And members of the U.S. figure skating team were on that American Eagle plane. U.S. figure skating releasing a statement to several news outlets, including CNN, saying in part, quote, "We are devastated by this unspeakable tragedy and hold the victims' families closely in our hearts." Now, the mayor of D.C. will hold a news conference at 6:30 this morning. We will carry that for you live, but obviously a very difficult way to start this morning. Our hearts go out to those families. That breaking news this morning, if you're just joining us, heartbreaking tragedy. Just within the last half hour, it's now been confirmed there are no survivors after an American Eagle airline jet collided into a Black Hawk helicopter, military helicopter, and both aircraft went into the Potomac. Now to a scary moment caught on camera. A trash can explodes with 2 sanitation truck workers nearby. Take a look. This happened in Cleveland, Ohio. One of the workers just emptied the trash can in the truck and then watch. Boom! Yeah, thankfully nobody hurt, but police say the blast set off its shot spotter system. The city says an oxygen tank that was illegally dumped into the trash was the cause. Thank you. Covering North Alabama now. A trial date has been set in May for the man accused of assaulting 2 women inside a restroom at a Whataburger. Police say Adonis Bailey was arrested this weekend after he tried to take off the clothes of the victims. Those 2 women were able to get away before police arrived. Bailey has pleaded not guilty to that sex abuse charge. A judge has granted him a $75,000 bond. Now, the plane that went down at the Potomac Wednesday night flew from Huntsville, Alabama, nearly 2 weeks ago. Carson Clark, communications director for Representative Robert Adderholt of Alabama, was on board that CRJ-7 plane on January 19th. He could tell by the tail number. Clark was flying from Huntsville to Reagan National. Flight data from FlightAware shows the plane's path to D.C. Now, during his flight into D.C., Clark took a picture before landing, and you'll be able to see this. It's a helicopter there, which affirms what experts have said, that there is constant helicopter traffic near that busy airport. But he says he's still shocked this could happen, and like everyone, he's thinking of those precious lives lost. This morning we're getting more insight into operations in Alabama involving immigration and customs enforcement working in concert with the Drug Enforcement Agency. Joining us is DEA Special Agent in Charge Stephen Hofer from the New Orleans Division. Can you address that fear, though, that some people have? I know that's not centrally your division, but you're all, again, working with ICE on that.
Yes, another great point, Mike.
Major news right there from the Birmingham Police Department. Damian McDaniel now arrested for the shooting death of firefighter Jordan Melton at Birmingham Fire Station 9 that also wounded firefighter Jamal Jones. McDaniel faces several charges, including murder in 4 cases. Hello, everyone. Welcome back in. We're live at the A.G. Gaston Motel. So historic here. Some of the meetings that took place here at this hotel. And sadly, so many of the pivotal leaders in the civil rights movement are no longer with us. And that's why it was quite a treat that I got a chance once again to sit down and chat with the pastor, the Reverend Calvin Woods Sr. And one thing you learn about him real quickly is that at any moment he can break out in a sermon.
I hope I help somebody.
The Reverend Calvin Woods Sr. is now retired from the pulpit, but only by a few years. And at 91 years old,
God is love. That's what I want to remember me about.
Love one another. What a great message. And it's a message and an effort that continues for one of his grandchildren, by the way, who now leads one of the biggest mega churches here in our area. He's also an accomplished gospel singer with multiple Stellar Awards. I'm talking about Pastor Mike McClure Jr. We're live at the A.G. Gaston Motel. We'll be right back with more on Extra. Getting everybody warmed up with Middle C. How'd I do? No, not close. Yeah, I'm not the one who's going to be singing, thank goodness. But this is the Ramsey Concert Choir joining us, and the director, Zachary Banks. Good to have you with us.
It's good to be here.
You guys have been performing all over, but is it something special to be here, especially in this rotunda where the acoustics, by the way, are amazing?
It is very special.
All right, thank you, Desi. Breaking news right now in Hueytown, a water main break causing the very busy Allison Bonnet Memorial Drive to be partially blocked. Jonathan Skinner has been on top of this since early this morning. He joins us now live again from that scene. Jonathan, what's the latest?
Hey, good.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. And now to our coverage of storm damage in several parts of Alabama. We begin this hour in East Alabama. Russell Jones is live in Calhoun County checking in on the damage there. Russell, what kind of impacts are you seeing there? We're getting new video into the newsroom of tornadoes that touched down in parts of North Alabama. This is video what certainly looks like a tornado in Morgan County. You can see the storm moving across parts of Huntsville too as people watch from their homes there. There it is right there. And this is some of the damage left behind. Several thousands of homes, many of them damaged, are without power this morning as crews continue to restore power. You can see trees and power lines down in that region. A tornado emergency, the most serious warning from the National Weather Service, was briefly issued for Huntsville and other areas in Madison County. Now, ahead of last night's severe weather threat, some schools had to pivot on commencement for safety reasons. Schools across our area are either postponed graduation ceremonies or had to change plans entirely. Oxford and Sylacauga High School leaders made the difficult decision to push last night's ceremonies to tonight. Oxford School Superintendent Dr. Shannon Stanley says leaders already had a weather plan in place to to keep students and family safe. In Sylacauga, School Superintendent Dr. Michelle Eller says they purposely scheduled graduation on a Tuesday night to give them some cushion time to move it if needed. Dr. Eller says they didn't want to move it indoors for safety reasons and because it would have limited the number of family members able to attend.
And Classic is a way for those people to find you faster.
How do you find all the time to do all these things, Roy? I mean, I go to if I go to the cleaners and the bank in the same day, I need a nap.
The secret is easy, Mike Dubberly. You just have to be neglectful to the women in your life.
But there are concerns among many in the local medical community that this could happen in other states, including Alabama. Can you at least tell us if there's been any such discussion of copying what's going on in Florida?
We do not have any plans to follow any programs from other states.
Destiny, thank you. I want to just update our viewers real quickly. Again, there's a press conference that is expected to happen at any moment. Briefing on the suspect in the Charlie Kirk murder. The president saying early this morning that suspect is now in custody. Fox News even identifying him. But we'll get that information and we'll go to that press conference as soon as it starts happening. It hasn't started yet. Yeah, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, the mugshot's now released. There you see those.
You got some special guests with you today.
Hey. Yeah, Claire, and it is an honor. And by the way, Malik's here, our photographer. I just want you to get a shot of the American Legion Post. A lot of folks here supporting this effort. Just having a luncheon and letting some of these veterans kind of get to know each other before they head up to D.C. to check out some of the memorials. And joining us now, a couple of those veterans. This is retired Air Force Captain Bob Anderson, who served in Vietnam. He's out of Hartsville. And you've met Bo Carwile before. He's a World War II veteran, a retired Army sergeant. We're going to talk to him in a moment. But first, Bob, just how special is it for y'all to be able to get together, but also be able to go on this honor flight?
Oh, it's great. I've been wanting to do this for years. I guarantee you we were not welcomed home when we got back.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome now, so we appreciate you so much. And we want to talk to a retired Army Sergeant, Bo Carwile. He's turning 99 years old. No, you ain't got to get up, sir. Why are you getting up for me? Why are you doing that for?
Well, I'll tell you, this is truly an honor. Can't thank you enough.
We can't thank you enough and all these other veterans. The greatest generation, retired Sergeant Bo Carwile. We're going to talk to two more veterans coming up in the noon show, but for now, Mike Dubberly live here at the American Legion Post 255 here in Fulton. Let's send it back to the studio. I can really attest to the hard work. I mean, I played high school football, so I was never in the band, but it wasn't until I got a chance to work out with some of your drum majors and that I really appreciated all the hard work and talent it takes that goes into making those shows what they are, and why your band has won so many awards over the years. And not to mention the connection with Ozzy Osbourne, being recognized with that. I mean, it goes on and on. Dr. Oliver, what has your reaction been like so far from those who've been a part of this program or still are, who maybe reached out to you since they heard this news?
To read some of the most beautiful words.
Dr. James Oliver, you are a legend, and we just wish you the best, sir. And listen,
thank you.
We hope that you know that you are so much appreciated.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Just that text I got from you last night warmed my heart.
All right.
You know, to just wanted to do it. So thank you, guys. Thanks, Birmingham. Thank everybody for all your support over the years. I love you guys, and I will be around.
God bless you, brother. Welcome back in. Now to a special edition of Dub's Dubs, saluting a 100-year-old veteran from the World War II era. People at a pool hall in Pelham and across the country know who Mr. Ed is. He explains how he's made a name for himself a decade after losing the love of his life. 5 days a week, Ed Gill drives himself to this popular place in Pelham. Papa G's Billiards, to do what he loves, shoot pool, at 100 years young. Boom.
I don't have a secret. God has taken care of me. As I look back over my life, I thought I was making decisions. God was leading me into everything I did.
That included becoming an air traffic controller after World War II ended during his training with the Navy. And he also married his sweetheart, Doris, who was not fond of him going to the pool hall with her father, despite Ed realizing he was quite good at it.
Back in the 40s, pool hall had bad reputation. My wife says, you don't need to be in the pool room. So for 60 years, I didn't shoot a game.
60 years?
60 years, I honored my wife's wishes.
Sadly, in 2013, Ed lost the love of his life after 67 years of marriage.
My daughter, she came to me and said, "You're not going to sit down and do nothing." So she brought me to the pool hall.
And for Ed, who everyone now knows as Mr. Ed, it was like riding a bicycle.
I was beating her some.
Okay.
And she'd been to Vegas for the World Championships twice. So the next day I found out I was on her team.
She recruited you out of...
She drafted me.
Since then, Mr. Ed has built quite the reputation of a boss at the billiards, garnering numerous accolades in his division and competing in the World Championships in Las Vegas, his last at age 99. He admits he doesn't always play well, but his reputation still precedes him.
There are people that do not want to play me. They'll tell the captains, don't play me if he's right about here.
Okay. Yes!
See, I told you.
You're a good teacher, sir. And as Mr. Ed reflects on the last few years, it's also his cue to recognize what has become the big break as he starts his centenarian years.
I think if it had not been for pool, I wouldn't be here. I think it's made me have a goal. My wife and I would get married for 67 years. Wow. That was the best time of my life. But other than that, right now, I'm having the best time of my life.
Mr. Ed worked for some 30 years for air traffic control at the Birmingham airport, and we certainly wish him the best in his next competition.